Once again, seeing nonstop bad takes on the timeline. You might have noticed there's something different about me today. And that's my attitude. I'm upset. I'm upset that every time we see this, and we've seen this several times before in the bear market, once we get a little bit of a move, and by the way, 50% moves in crypto, I don't want to hear about them. I don't want to hear about percent moves. I don't care about a 50% move. I'm here to build 10x, 20x, 30x, 100x wealth. That's why I got into crypto, and I know that's why my audience got into crypto. So let me get back to the point here. This market is a bucking bronco. This is not a little baby pony. This is not a cakewalk here. This is not a stroll in the park. Crypto is volatile, it's crazy, and you need to have your cowboy hat on if you're gonna ride it. Now, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is this. Everyone, once again, I see it all over the timeline. Elliot, you're too bearish. You need to be more bullish. We're in a bull market. Well, if that is the case, that we're in a bull market, look at every single bull market before and show me a bull market that didn't at least come down and solidly retest the breakout high. So that means like about 20K or 19K, whatever, 18. I'm not a chartist. You guys know that. But if we are in a new bull market, chances are we will rocket up to, maybe the 35s or so, the 30s, and then we'll crash down and we'll retest these prices, at which time everyone who maybe feels like they got left behind will be able to make a plan, scale into the market in a realistic and efficient way that they will be able to get good prices. The number one thing that you don't want to do is FOMO into the market. And everyone right now, if we were to pop up here above 25K, which is not unlikely. We've been saying this. Eric Crown has predicted that we go up towards the 30K mark and then crash back down to the 20K mark. That's at least what he's been telling me privately. And the point is that there's a lot of technical momentum on the charts. We've said this now for several days or several videos. We've been saying temporary Goldilocks scenario where effectively you have no bad scenario manifesting in the mainstream markets, no bad scenario manifesting from the Fed, and we have a moment of bullishness. But that doesn't mean that we're out of the woods yet with this whole situation that got us here. Think about this. There's several things, right? One, I love the idea that the big bad actors have been rooted out. No one here to constantly steal our coins and sell them down. The FTX debacle is sort of behind us, and Evil Sam is no longer ruining our markets. Let's go up. I also like the idea that, oh, look, we have a bunch of lawsuits and creditors and bankruptcies and all these issues that could create pressure on the markets. We don't know how that's going to play out. What we do know is that the macro scenario and the macroeconomic scenario has not resolved, and many big investors are betting on at some point in 2023, the second half of 2023, a pretty significant downside hard landing within the economy. Now, the number one thing you cannot do is rush to conclusions, and I'm going to make this very clear over and over again. I made by far the biggest gains in the last third of the bull run that lasted a year and a half. And by the way, the ultimate bottom of the last bear market was 2018. And I didn't start really printing gains until midway through 2020, almost sort of the second half of 2020. So you do not have to catch this whole 2019 wave if it is that. You do not have to catch the early 2020 wave if that is the beginning of next year. What you need to understand is once the bull market is on and popping and obvious and there's momentum and we have sort of crossed through the stormy dark forest that is this recession, this inflationary bear market, and we actually know for a fact that there's a sustainable growth in the markets, well, that's a great time to be putting more chips into the market and taking on risk. Otherwise, the strategy is pretty simple to just DCA in over time and to understand that the markets go up and they go down. And also to understand that there's never been a bull market in history that hasn't revisited a lot of prices. It doesn't just go up only. It goes up, down, back down. And if you're able to actually identify that, hey, look, you want to put money in on a trend, then go ahead and wait for one of those downswings if you really believe we're in a bull market, because they always come. Again, number one thing, don't get emotional. Stop pretending like you haven't learned a single thing from the last several years, and stop pretending like as soon as we know that Bitcoin's in a real uptrend, like every single altcoin in this entire space isn't going to do infinitely more gains. Now, we've been seeing a lot of altcoins like Aptos, Optimism, the shiny new things that launched in the worst possible moments during 2022. They're now having little upswings, the shiny new things. There's going to be all kinds of narratives. Again, I don't own any Aptos. I don't own any Optimism. And quite frankly, I've said many times, I don't really want to cover specific coins, but so many of the community want me to, because of course, that's how we built a lot of this EllioTrades fam here, is by calling the gems. So I'm trying to think of ways ways that I could do it in a way where it doesn't have that YouTuber effect where you guys think that it's unfair that I call coins that I'm holding. So I'm thinking about ways that I can do it, talking about stuff that I don't own, only stuff that I don't own. I don't know. I'm thinking about ways to do it. But obviously, in the new bull market, my point is that there's tons of ways to make money. There's infinite ways as long as you protect your stack through these bearish times. And the first little moment, the first little inkling of bullishness is not the time that you are securely in a new bull market. I'm not here to call a bottom. I'm here to identify the new trend and make crazy gains on the next cycle. I hope that helps you guys. As always, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy the cowboy hat, go ahead, smash that like button, leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you very soon on the next episode. Oh, and make sure you follow my Twitter. There's gonna be a lot going on there. We're joining the YouTube with the Twitter. It's all gonna happen. It's gonna take a couple weeks to get this all set up, but there's gonna be some very real rewards for the people who play this game. Thanks so much, and I'll see you very soon on the next episode.